season?
Book fans and show fans are becoming more and more excited after season 2, which is a positive thing.
Yes.
So I'm actually gonna be nice this year.
Thank you.
Well, what can we expect in season 3? Like, how close are we going to be to the books, or like, and what's the best part of veering away from the books?
I think there's a few things here. I think that one of the great things about the TV show, I know we say this a lot, is I like the variation from the books.
Yeah.
I think it's fun. It allows us through this medium to do certain things, and that's the party line that I can give. But I also really like how they create new content for Alec. Because otherwise Alec may be kind of out of the picture for a lot of these books.
Yeah.
So from a selfish perspective, it's extremely important to me that we do not follow the books, because that would be problematic for Alec. And I think if we want more Alec, we got to rely on not doing the books at all. So what's step 1? Get rid of all the other characters.
But there's books just completely about Alec, right?
Yeah, no, yes. But we're not at those yet. We got to follow all this stuff first.
Got it.
Oh, you want to run them concurrently?
No, there's stuff from the other series that are in there, so you can bring it in, because like the Dark Artifices seem to be brought in.
It's true. Doesn't change my position that all the other characters should be sort of relegated to maybe like a small 5-minute portion of the show.
Is this because Alec's in charge?
Yeah. And then it should just be Alec all the time. Alec goes to dinner, Alec goes shopping.
Alec does his hair, brushes teeth, got it.
Like a Bravo.
But to be fair, we've always had a nice balance between the books and the TV series. We've followed the books just to pay respect for the source material that we've come from, because it is such great source material. But then moving forward, it allows us to provide a new experience to all of the viewers, even if they know the books cover to cover, to still surprise them, still give them that experience of living this story for the first time. But one of the changes that they've made that I love is the fact that Clary has
squats earlier. I'm good to go.
They've aged all the characters up a couple of years, so Clary was at her 18th birthday instead of her 16th birthday. But because of that, and because of the events of the show and the way they've been laid out, she's matured very quickly, and she's grown immensely, not only as a shadow hunter and a warrior, but also as a person. Especially in season 3, she's behaving more as an adult, she's taking responsibility for her actions more, and I think just as a character, more. as a character, it's a nice development, and it's nice to see her continue to grow as things move forward, even 3 seasons in.
Great answer.
Thank you.
Are we going to see your characters interacting more with like people you haven't in the past?
A little bit. There's new characters.
No. I think in the beginning of the season, we're kind of relegated to our sections.
Yeah.
Alex spends a lot of time with Magnus, most of his time.
Claire spends a lot of time with Jace.
Jason a little with Izzy.
Little Izzy.
But for the most part, it's segregated in that way, and then it's going to come together.
Yeah.
And it's interesting from a storytelling perspective, because we get to see far more depth in those areas instead of us getting scattered. Because there's a lot of, in season 1 especially, there's a lot of scatter. We're all there together, and sometimes it's hard to tell whose issues are whose and what's, how is it all connected. But it also shows you what these relationships do to people, because they affect people's ability to interact with others and focus on their work and focus on what they need to do.
It's true, and it's interesting you say that, because I've seen this in scenes between Clary and Jace, and I'm sure it's present in scenes between Magnus and Alec as well. This season you get to see them relaxed, and you get to see them when they're not in crisis mode, and you get to see them just in their everyday situations, and it's so nice to see the chemistry and the fun that these characters can have, and why they're in these relationships, because really ultimately they make each other happy, and they provide positivity in each other's lives.
Some last question. Oh, go ahead.
How has your understanding of your characters individually changed over the seasons? Have you come to know more and kind of see
In season 1, Alec was a character that I played with a lot, and I sort of felt I sort of felt he was a certain man, and I've actually felt that since he's become less of an admirable man. he's more, something about him has changed, and I think it's an insecurity and a weakness that comes with revealing yourself. So when he was so stuck on being the best person he could be, he's hurting himself and not others. And then now, he's more likely to hurt others and not himself. And I'm wondering if that makes him a bad person, or if it just makes him human. And there's sort of that element going on right now. So that trajectory, I've sort of lost sense of what his values are. They're changing. So I'm working with that. I'm trying to see what his values are now and see where they go.
Something I found with Clary, and the more I delve into who she is, the more I see this. She is a dichotomy in and of herself. She's a mundane and a shadow hunter. She's an artist and a fighter. She is the good and the evil with Jocelyn and Valentine together. And the more and more I dive into her character, the more I find these kind of dichotomies. And it's so fun to play with her. Because even in, you see her kill her own father, you see all of these things happen. And yet, she is always talking about love and talking about thinking of others and being compassionate. And so seeing these different sides of her, because as much as she tries to deny that she's a Morgenstern, she always will be. As much as she tries to push that side of her away, it comes out every time she fights. And so it's constantly playing with that fight inside of her as she's fighting outside as well.